Hello everyone, Warhammer here, and welcome back to the Bretonnia campaign for Mortal Empires. Now in the last episode, we managed to capture Skaven Blight with Leon Kerr, with the rest of his army kind of helping, although he seemed to be doing most of the work. But because I decided not to keep Skaven Blight, we burnt down the buildings, got a lot of money from it, and we gave it over to Clan England. And beforehand we made sure to negotiate a military access and a defensive alliance pact, so we're not going to take any diplomatic penalties for being on their land. So now that we've actually dealt with Skaven Blight, which was one of my main sort of priorities down here in the south, I'm a little bit lost really about what I want to do next. So I gave it some thought, and I decided that what I'm tempted to do right now is have a look and see what the Empire is doing like. Because when I've sort of hovered over, if we look over here for example, we've got territory that seems to belong to the Crooked Moon tribe. I've seen vampiric corruption seems to be spreading if I check up on here. In fact, we should be able to see vampiric corruption. We can see like there's quite high levels. I mean, this is Sylvania obviously, but even like up here, we've got 58% in this fallen. It seems to be a bit of a problem. So what I'm tempted to do is see about maybe going over and helping out the Empire against the vampires. So in order to get a better idea though, I want to send some agents up first. So what I'm thinking is, down here we've got two of them. We've got my famed knight, Jason Beastslayer, and we've got Deline Babino. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask them to head up through the mountains here, through Clan England territory, and start making their way up into the Empire to investigate. Now Jason's going to take a little while, because something I noticed at the end of the last episode, and I think Drake and Materium pointed out to me too, is the fact that, thanks to whatever the reason is, I don't know why, but movement in Skaven Blight is very difficult. So as you can see, my movement is not that big. So what I'm going to have to do with Leon Kerr, for example, is I'm going to force march him so he can make his way out to Tabaro. Get a little bit more extra replenishment for some of his units, like the Creston Knights here. And we'll see about going over to the mysterious island in the bay here, in the next turn. But Jason's going to head up that way. Deline is going to head off in the opposite direction. I'm going to have her coming more over towards like Grenstadt and the Moot in order to see what's going on over here. The reason why I'm not going to send Leon Kerr straight up yet is because if there is issues over in the Empire, I kind of want to be able to push through Clan England territory so we can come out right here and head off in whatever direction we need to. So that's him sorted out for now. And Florence, you're going to be... I'll just move you here in fact. Now we've got a lot of money to spend after burning down all the buildings in Skaven Blight. So what we're going to do is go to Estalia. And I want to see about upgrading the settlement a bit, because we do have a bit of population growth. So let's start off first of all with a town here. We're going to upgrade the orchards so we can get more wine and extra levels of control. That's going to be quite useful in the long run. What else can we spend some of our money on? We could upgrade Castle Carcassonne. That would be quite nice. What I was eyeing up is over here, is to actually upgrade the shrine here to a chapel. One of the main reasons is that it will increase the amount of damsels we can recruit, so we can send off more agents into the Empire or into other territories and find out what's going on in the wider world. So let's order that to be done. We've got Musalon, let's give you some more of that, let's give you that as well, and basically that's it, really. Marienburg, we've got the Fey Enchantress over here, and things are turned out to be kind of interesting. We've got the Norskin armies here in full force. We've got Wulfric the Wanderer, Talos Bergfalk, and a custom legendary lord from Mixu, Egio Stiborn. And they all seem to want to be hovering around in my territory. So what I'm going to do is keep an eye on them, and all their armies are smaller than the Fey Enchantresses. So in theory, we should be able to fight them and win reasonably well in an open battle. We'll just have to sort of wait and see. I just don't want to fight them all together. Even like two of them could be quite tough, given some of their units. They're facing hordes of marauders, 200 of them. So that one unit outnumbers nearly two of my battle pilgrims, for example. So I'd rather not try and fight them if we can avoid it. We'll wait and see. Otherwise, it's really the end of my turn. We're just going to do the typical thing. I'm checking to see if we can actually confederate. We cannot. Baston, can we confederate you? No.
Lord of welcome, friends.
Havon.
Let's hope we
No.
can come.
Havon, you've got a lot of enemies, and yet none of them seem to be turning up near you. The pirates of Sartosa aren't exactly rushing to fight you. You seem to be at war as well with one of the elven factions, and they don't want to leave Athelloren. It's going to take a little while, I think, before I can actually get them under my control. But for the moment, if they remain in military allies, I'm not going to complain. Anyway, let's end the turn for now. Now, you could argue this is kind of bad, but one thing I've already started doing is looking up a few ideas about what my next Warhammer campaign is going to be. Now, I'm not entirely sure. I do want to try out some of the other atypical factions in the game, using the faction unlockers, so we can have some unique variations of, like, you know, the Empire campaign. We can do other plans with it. Whether it's going to be with custom lords or something like that, I'm not too sure about, but I'm not too sure yet either what group I would like to do. I've got probably a few options for each faction. But something that one of my commenters, Pakala, I believe, mentioned in the very first episode of this campaign was about maybe doing the next video or campaign for Warhammer to be a, you know, viewer vote. So you guys can pick which sort of race you want me to play as, I suppose is the best way of describing it, as in the Bretonnians, the Empire, the High Elves, that sort of thing. And then I'll be able to pick one of the factions I want to play from that group. So I've seen some very interesting ones, for example, with the Lizard Men, which will lead to a very unique campaign compared to, you know, the standard ones you typically do. As well as I saw a couple of options with the Tomb Kings, and quite a few ones, and so we're going to have some good campaigns in the future. But we're going to be doing Bretonnia for now, and to be honest, I'm still needing to think about a good endpoint. Right now, I haven't really decided. I'm not going to do a full Mortal Empires campaign, because I think it's just get to the point now where it gets quite dull. And speaking as someone who did nearly 80 videos for my Eastern Roman Empire campaign, I think it's just going to be better if we sort of establish a point somewhere along the line to be able to finish the campaign and be able to move on. So once we've got our first objective done, pretty much, with us securing Bretonnia, either through confederations or military alliances. So now I think it'd be an idea maybe just to pick, like, say, 2 other goals and work on it from there. So if you have any views in the comments, guys, about anything you would like to see me do, feel free to let me know. I'm thinking, like, because we've got so many options, we can go into Lustria, we can sail over to the Dark Elves, we can go down and fight the Orcs in the Badlands, we can go down to Araby and that to fight the Tomb Kings, we can help the Empire face the undead menace that seems to be developing, because I can see a lot of this place that seems to be burning down. It doesn't look too healthy over here. We can go up north to fight the Norskins. We've got so many options, but let me know what you'd like to see, guys, and I'll pick out some of my favourites and then from there. So that's going to be quite an interesting, hopefully it's going to turn out to be an interesting end campaign, or at least mid-end, you know? Anyway, we're going to save some money now, because, actually, carry on, one moment. Yeah, you got a few more turns until you can get level 5, because that's what I really want. Let's help out a little bit. Let's go for the Peasant's Duty for that growth. I just really want to get this to level 5, because then we can not only unlock the landmark buildings right here, so we can get things like extra ranks, extra income from the Corion training grounds. This will be really cool to get. But mainly I'm just excited to go up to level 5 here. We'll be able to get Royal Pegasus Knights, and my unit I want to try out is the Royal Hippogriff Knights. I mean, that's going to be a great addition to Leon Kerr's army. Between him, these guys, and my Pegasus Knights, cool. I'll be more than happy to drop my Grail Knights, because what's better than Grail Knights? Grail Knights on Hippogriffs. Anyway, back to this. Now, I'm pretty tempted because Egil here has managed to come onto land, and he's in forced march stance, which means he's going to be quite tired compared to when we faced him over here. So, the lady, can you attack him this turn? I think you can just about reach him. Ooh. Let's go and have a word with him.
Your heart is black.
Come on. Oh, really? I'm actually a little disappointed now. I mean, admittedly, I outnumber him by quite a few units, but still, I was kind of hoping for something a bit more impressive than, like, a battle result. Like, I'm just going to auto-resolve this, because it's kind of just, like, blur. Oh, wow. I mean, they did do reasonably well. They did kill a unit. Oh, that was that Regiment of Renown unit as well. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, we picked up the Terrifying Mask of E. She's now gone up to rank 101, apparently. Oh, no, that must be a glitch. There's no way she's a level... Oh, no, level 9. Oh, the numbers are just playing up. Level 101, she's just become the goddess. She is the lady now at this point. The Terror Mask thing, that's going to cause terror. That's going to be quite useful, and it stops her from feeling it too. We're going to go for Execute Captives. There we go, that's better. Well, I don't know if it was better. I would have loved a 101 level character, but... she's got that. She's the Butcher of Butcherer. It's not easy to kill a Mighty Champion of Khorne, but somehow this character did it. And she's now got plus 30 armor piercing damage. As a mage support character, that's not really that good. I would have rather had something else, but we'll take it. And she's now gained the Blessing of the Lady. Cool. So as a reminder, guys, what that does, if we pop onto here, it gives us extra damage resistance and missile resistance for the entire army. Unless the army itself retreats. So as long as we don't do that, we should be good. Alright, now we do need to recruit a new unit, and thanks to Corian, we've got one more to go before we can get the Levée. I thought we were able to get one by now. Oh well. Alright, Mervek, what can we give you? You've gone harder to hit. Let's give you Deadly Blade, I think, for now. There we go. Oh no, actually. Let's give you a point in Trade and a point in Deadly Blade. There you go. Might as well continue to rank up our troops as we can. We do need another unit now. I am tempted, because she does have the Creston Vow. I am tempted to actually give her a unit of Creston Knights. That would really boost up the Knight element of her bow line. Yeah, let's go for that. It'll take 2 turns, but that's fine. That's plenty of time. Okay, we don't want to deal with that. We can upgrade the Weaving House to a Cloth-Yard. Let's do that. Stalia is still leveling up. We'll be able to actually do Babali next turn. Okay, in fact, Leon Kerr, you've leveled up too. Interesting. Didn't realise that. Alright, what can we give you? We are trying to work our way up towards Lightning Strike right now, so we're going to go straight for Draftmaster. And a Lightning Strike like this. What do the other ones give me? Steward of the Realm for growth. Upkeep costs. Minus 15% could work out. Defending against ambushes. That's good, okay. Minus 8% for all units. I mean, having my army reduced... Upkeep reduced by what, 25%? If we take that one and level up this one to max, could be quite useful. But I think we'll go for some of the other traits as well. We still need to finish off his personal tree before we do anything like that. But yeah, but now he's got Lightning Strike, which is quite useful. Alright, let's sail over to the Mysterious Island. Find out what we can get for him here. Fortified Grog, or those who escaped. Well, I'm not planning to fight anything just yet, so... Increasing movement range. Ooh. And we picked up the Giant Blade, 10% weapon strength. And, oh, we haven't got... I was hoping to get the movement, but no, we've got extra 15% casual replenishment for 10 turns. That'll work out. I can't complain too much. I'm quite happy with that. Okay, let's grab you. We're gonna full speed sail back up towards Tabaro. I mean, we could easily go after the Pirates of Sartosa, I guess, but as I mentioned in the last video, as well as, yeah, because they've got quite a bit of territory all the way. Wow, they've got quite a lot of territory. What the? Oh wow. Motorka, the vampire counts are down here. Pirates of Sartosa got Akendorf. Oh wow, the Pirates of Sartosa have done extremely well. And the only thing is like I mentioned, if I push too far up here, we could leave ourselves exposed to attack by the orcs. And for the moment, I'm pretty okay with the situation as it currently stands. I mean, I suppose we could come down here and take these two provinces. Yeah, well, okay for now. We'll leave it. You can stay here for the moment. You're going to continue moving, you're going to continue moving. Who hasn't moved? To be honest though, the situation here should be pretty okay in a few turns. Yeah, we'll get it up to 0% before you know it. Okay.
Paladin of Bretonnia.
You honor me.
You honor me. Discovered that we've encountered a faction. The Black Venom tribe and Karakern. Which one's Karakern again? Oh, isn't that the one south? It's around here, isn't it? That's, yeah, it's these two. Right. Seems they're having a bit of trouble with the orcs. But I do have to say, I really am enjoying this campaign. I've got, you know, just watching Leon Kerr becoming a badass, basically, is always a highlight. And I was actually, here's a question for you guys, on top of what I asked about which direction to take this campaign next. What do you want? Military alliance? We're not going to do it for now. But no, what I was thinking is that I remember when I was playing as the Vampire Counts way back when I did my first Warhammer campaign on here, which didn't last that long because of the quality of the videos with regards to the speed and that. But a mod I remember using for it, and I was quite tempted to think about it since the last episode, was because at the moment there's a sort of rule in place in the game which hard caps the amount of regeneration you can do. In a battle, I believe it's 3/4 of your health. So you can, if you go beyond that regeneration point, your health will start to go down again. And you can't regenerate past a certain... Ooh. You know what? Yeah, we're going to do it. Even if it means going to war against the vampire counts. There we go. What was I going to say? Yeah. There is a mods in place though that you can get where you can basically increase the amount of regeneration you can do and make it infinite, essentially. Or to make it so we can do things like increase it to 300%. And I want to know about your views on it. Because, to me, I think it makes a lot of sense to be able to continue regenerating. It makes sense when you think, you know, like a troll, for example, are well-known animals in the things in the game that can regenerate health. And it's not like, oh, they get to a certain point and then off it goes. There's a reason why they always encourage you to use fire or to keep doing more damage than it can regenerate. So I think it could be quite... Oh, you guys didn't last too long, did you? But apparently you have come back again. Okay. But yeah, I'm just interested to know, what do you think I should do? Should I put the mod in to increase regeneration? Because it is going to make Leon Kerr even tougher to fight in battle. But it's also going to apply to any units that can be regenerated. So, you know, vampire counts and the undead factions that can heal will be able to heal themselves up in the middle of the battle too. So it's not just like it's going to affect me specifically. But let me know what you think I should do, guys. Okay, you're heading off over here now. Visseland still belongs to the Crooked Moon. I think we will need to pop up here just so we can sort of help out in the situation, because really the Empire doesn't seem to be doing too good down here in the more southern areas. It seems to be like they've essentially lost everything. Okay, Florence, we'll just pop you over here, but here we're going to increase you. I need to give you something in Tabaro, I think. Probably just focus on one of these. Probably one of these. Tabaro, you haven't got any unique resources, do you? No, it's just the fact that you're a port. Okay, that's fine. Alright, research is now available. Alright. So now at the moment we've finished off the unification of Bretonnia, we've done all of this, and that's the most important thing done as far as I'm concerned. Now, going after this, I mean, whichever one we go next for now sort of determines in which direction we want to take the campaign. For example, the Secure Shores Decree is the one that goes against Dark Elves. The Desert Purge here is the one for Tomb Kings, Forest Edge, Wood Elves, and so on. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start focusing more on the other tech, because I never really bothered to do this, if I'm honest, with the Bretonnians in the past. But these are the things you need to do in order to increase our stats, and especially for our Knights in that. Like, in order to improve our Knight abilities, we need to basically make our way over to this side of the tree, otherwise all of these just do other things. So yeah, we need to start making some improvements. So what can we do? Arm houses for extra growth, or what we got here? Extra 2% income from farms by going for wider plows. Wow. So many options, I tell you. I'm going to go for the extra growth for now. Not that it's such a big deal in our core provinces, but when we start capturing more territory, it'll be a nice addition to have. So I've got 5 turns for you. You got 1 more turn left until you got your Questing Knights. Good. Oh, hello, Wolfric. Are you coming down to try and deal with us? Really? Ugh. It's a shame we're taking so long to replenish. Maybe it's because we haven't got the facilities here for the Royal Barracks yet. 5 more turns until we can level this up, and that's going to cost 7,200. A bit of a quick turn this time, but basically I just wanted to find out what's going on in the Empire. I think what's sort of drawn me to try and help them out a bit is, like, as you guys know, I've been talking about the fact that I've been reading through the end time novels, and I just got to the bit where, as a slight spoiler, the Chaos Hordes have managed to reach Altdorf, and in the game what's happened. And to be honest, I've lost a bit of the history here. For example, before the end time started, in Bretonnia there was a massive civil war that took place, as you find out, as stealing from Arthur mythology and stories, that Leon Kerr had a bastard son called, I believe, Vasile Malabad, and he decided he was going to become king. He had a bit of a thing where he decided he was on his quest, and I think he had the opportunity to sip from the Grail, and then realised that it wasn't what he wanted. But he decided to become king, and he decided to basically cause the dukedoms in Bretonnia to go to a civil war. You had dukes siding with him or Leon Kerr. You had Malabad, I'm going to call him that, get in all sorts of wizards and, witches, necromancers, and that to get women in to help. Even had helping on the sidelines, Arkan the Black joining in on the sidelines to try and manipulate things to do what he wanted, which I believe was to try and get to the Mason Tower in order to get his hands on the staff, but it didn't work out. So afterwards then, it was a big thing. Leon Kerr was basically nearly killed by Malabad, and it was only because the Green Knight appeared, and it was revealed that the Green Knight is actually Gilles Le Breton, the guy who united Bretonnia and came back when his kingdom was in need, and so he was crowned king. Now in the books, Leon Kerr felt kind of lost because he's basically lost his kingdom and to another person, and he really just didn't know what to do next. So what ended up happening was he got guided by the lady to basically do a heroic last stand, and he brought thousands of knights over the mountains to help the siege at Altdorf. And it went pretty well. He fights a greater demon of Nurgle by himself and beats it with the help of a priestess of Shalia. It's very interesting, but unfortunately, he dies. It was a shame though. But anyway, Final Supper. Seeking the gift of regeneration, an impotent cabal of young magic users have been dabbling in ogre gastromancy. Oh yeah, big ogres, they've got their own thing over in the eastern side of the world, and they're very big into their magic, and which basically involves eating things. But the disaster strikes as they inadvertently summon the Great Maw itself, their god. Smacking his lips with delight at the banquet laid out before it, the Maw devours the hapless sorcerers, while they stand, and disappears with a satisfied belch. This arcane upheaval has sapped the winds of magic faction-wide. So for 5 turns, all my armies start with -10 winds of magic and have -10 power reserve, which, considering we've been getting nearly 170 in some cases, is not really that big a deal. You've got extra 3% campaign movements. You've got extra 5% off recruitment. That's good. Right, let's start moving. I'll tell you what, actually, let's just do this. We're going to get Leon Kerr to start making his way up. He is going to take some attrition, it seems, on the... Ah, crap. Is there a way we can do this by going by sea instead? I'll tell you what, pop out here a moment. Yeah, you can go a lot faster if you go by sea than if you go by land. So, do this. If we end up intruding on the Pirates of Sartosa, I don't care too much. They can try and stop me for as much as they would like to. What's going on here? Broken Nose. Got a few armies nearby. That could be problematic if I wasn't interested in fighting you guys. Okay, you got Florence, you're moving around. Okay, let's find my heroes.
What would you have of me? The lady leads me.
Yeah, so for example, we're coming now into Plaindorf, where, yeah, oh, Arissa Swordspite. What are you doing up here? You're digging for treasure at the moment. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. Basically, Visserland has now been defeated by and owned by the Crooked Moon. Grainstad has been taken by them. Oh. Yeah, things aren't looking too good for the Empire. Yeah, I think I'm going to go in and help them. I'm going to bring my Leonka's force up, and we're going to start making our way around to deal with them. And I'm going to be nice as well. I'm not even going to keep the territory. We may, I don't know, I feel tempted to maybe keep one or two a province as sort of a base, but to be honest, I'll probably just give it over to the Empire straight away. Now, where was that Norskan sod? Oh, Wolfric, where are you? Oh, he doesn't want to come out anymore. I'll tell you what, we're going to force march you back down to Marienburg. Oh, hello. What are you doing up here? Watch out for the giant spider. Now, the only thing I can think of that he's going to try and do is, I believe Draco Materian mentioned it in the comments, that Bordelot may feel tempted to try and go after Gorcel, which would be slightly annoying if they do, but I find Marienburg is much more defensible where it is, so I'll let them have it by all means. It doesn't bother me. Alright, let's start taxing you. That's -2 still. God, there's some issues here. What? Oh, we just don't have the... Difficulty level is -2. If we put in taxes... Oh yeah, it does cancel out, of course. Oh, I'm losing in my mind. Right, Misalon... Let's see, you've managed to upgrade here, that's good. I'll tell you what, let's head back to here a moment. We should be able to recruit another damsel. Here we are. And we got Campachine of the Braid. That would be quite useful, increasing our power magic reserves faction-wide. Now, what could be quite useful too? Let me just double check. Fey Enchantress, I want to check out some of your skills. That is not such a big deal. Campaign effects. What I'm trying to look up to see is... Yeah, she gets... Oh, right. +5 to damsels in all provinces. Okay. And this comes from the Chalice... Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that whether or not she had to be in the same province as someone if I was going to recruit one. So, let me go else. Cunning. Tough. Not so big a deal. Confident. Determined. No, I'm going to go for knowledgeable. I think that would be quite useful. There we go. And you're level 5 straight off the bat. Oh, what? No, you're not. You're level 8. Oh, Jesus. I'm not going to complain. That gives me quite a lot of points to spend. Tell you what, you can cleanse corruption. That sounds like something a Damsel of the Beast would do. We'll give you points in all of these. And we'll start some of your magic forms, I guess. There we go. Well, that worked out. And now we can actually get access to our Horde bit units as well. I want to try these out at some point.
You seek prophecy.
Might be worth dropping some of my battle pilgrims in order to get access to them. We'll wait and see, because at the end of the day, my army as it currently stands with the Fey Enchantress doesn't exactly have a lot of anti-large capabilities. We do have certain things, like we've got our knights, of course, and we've got our battle pilgrims who are quite stubborn and everything else. But we haven't. It would be nice just to have some spearmen or what have you, not only just to be on the flanks, but also to bulk out the numbers a little bit. And I mean, having a unit of 200 spearmen is not anything to sneer at. I mean, worked out. Hang on, who are you? Can we see? Can I see who it is? Ah, we can't make it out right now. Damn. We'll find out in the end, in my next turn. Because, one of the mods I've got in place for this campaign, and again you can find it in the collection, linked in the video description, is a mod which I thought quite made sense. Because vampires are supposed to be quite rare in the Warhammer universe. And so what the mod's done is basically made it so even I believe the vampire counts in the Von Carsteins can only recruit necromancers until they get to a certain point where they can unlock with the Blood Kiss, because they've got that new mechanic now where once you've done things like killed enemy commanders in battle and so forth, you earn Blood Kisses, and once you earn so many, you can unlock basically a character from one of the bloodlines as well as associated bonus. So when you do it like that, if you do all of them, that potentially gives you, as a vampire character, 15 different vampires, all from different bloodlines with different bonuses. As well as if you're playing as the Von Carsteins, for example, you have, Vlad Von Carstein, Isabella, and if you go after the vampire counts or confederate with them, you'll get Manfred as well. So you have the potential, and if you go for Musalon, you get the Red Duke. So you do have the potential for up to 19 vampire lords. So it's not like it's that big a deal, but it depends on how the AI deals with it, I guess. Anyway, you're going to continue marching through. We're going to just go straight to here, and then we'll be able to be in a position to go after the goblins over here in Visserland. And the thing is, they will be goblins, because they haven't been able to recruit orcs yet. Not saying that's going to be necessarily a tough thing, because we're going to be facing trolls and all sorts. Interesting. Okay, you're heading up there. You're now regenerating, because we're now in... replenishing, because we're now in friendly territory. Langil, let's have a look. 3 more turns before we can level you up. That's fine by me. Alright, that Norscan army has just disappeared from sight. In fact, I want the Norskans be willing to talk to me now, and so we can gain some peace with them.
You dare seek my audience?
No? No, it's worth a try. We'll keep it nearby Marion. I'll tell you what, no. I said about wanting to try out the Horde built units, so we're going to try and do that. We'll move over to Koyon to begin with. We'll get rid of 2 units of Battle Pilgrims, because then I can have the 2 units there and there like that. And where are those Hordes? Spearman Arm Hordes. It's a shame they don't come as shielded variety, but I like the fact they are core units. There we go. So in theory, we could actually give it to Leon Kerr's force. Oh wow, it's actually 240 men. Oh, that's going to be tough. We'll have battles where my units will outnumber goblins. Right, Florence, you're going to continue just hovering around a little bit longer. Just want to get that... Yeah, we could actually just head off now, I think, with you. I'll tell you what, come over here and help out with Skaven Blights. You can help the dwarves out. Alright, what can we do with you guys now? We've got Margarita. I do feel like having a tap room in Margarita would be quite, thematic. But no, we're going to give you a barracks, I think. Just because you've got the iron here, which is going to make recruiting the units cheaper. So, yeah, let's go for training field. At the Barrow, we've got 2 slots. let's go for a Reven House for you. And eventually you'll be able to level up in 2 turns. Okay.
What would you have of me?
Right, my dear. We're going to have you start making your way now over towards... What's over here again? Hergig is still standing. It belongs to Osland. Let's have you head towards Talabheim belongs to the Vampire Counts. Okay. Well. Let me check my technology. Have we done all the Vampire Count ones? Yeah, we've done that one. That's made it so we take 20... Because between these two, we take 50% less casualties from vampiric territory. I suppose we could always go for the Green Tide. Against green-skinned tribes. Makes us immune to Barren Wasteland. And what we're currently doing again for research? 3 turns. Oh, we're doing it on Ames houses. You know what? Let's go for this. Green Decree. We decree that the green-skinned blight be utterly annihilated wherever, whenever, and however possible. Followed by the Green Mountain Watch. Too long in the greenskins pillage Bretonnia lands. It's going to increase our weapon strength and chivalry against them as well. So our chivalry is going to start skyrocketing the way it's going to go. Oh yeah, we can already call upon the Green Knight's help at least once. And we may be sending the Grey Enchantress to deal with them once Leonka makes his way up. Oh yeah, I forgot to check out that army. I'll be okay. I'm just surprised to see Arissa Saltspite all the way up here. But there again, I mean, it seems to be quite the odd situation in place. We've got the Crooked Moon and the Vampire Counts and von Harsteins basically taking over the Empire. We've got the Border Kings and that... Well, the Border Princes, they belong to the Vampire ones. We don't know who owns there yet. Oh, the Greenskins got Stone Mine Tower. Well, basically, the Pirates of Sartosa have managed to capture all that territory. I am a little tempted to declare war on the Pirates of Sartosa, so we can focus in on killing off Aranessa in one fell swoop along the way. But the thing is, it's not really going to make much of a difference to us because we're going to be campaigning against the Vampire Counts and that, and not actually fighting the pirates. So we'll leave her for now. I think we can. The armies can sort of go side by side and look at one another with, you know, angry glares and a bit of weariness. You know, wariness. That's the word. Weariness is completely different. Although she's got undead, I mean, it's not like they get tired. Although check out as well, while I remember a thing, at the moment I haven't recorded it just yet, but I'm going to have a little bit of fun, right? And for you guys watching this, you can have a bit of a surprise treat. I was going through my Steam games list and for something different, and something I haven't played in a little while was actually Blood Bowl. Bloodborne is something completely different. Still as much blood, I guess. But no, Blood Bowl is basically combining American football with Warhammer, and with number 2 you actually get Bretonnian armies. So I might do a couple of videos, nothing major, like it's not going to be a big massive campaign, but it could be quite a bit of a laugh just to watch my team try to do its best as they face the other factions. Now that Bretonnia has become reunited, so to speak, we can have a look then at, you know, Leon Kerr has decided that he's going to allow the Bretonnians to take part in Blood Bowl in order to win honour for the lady. So, be interesting to see how the team does in the first league anyway. Now, the Age of Discovery has happened, which has meant that all major port owners will have become known to each other via diplomacy. So, what that typically means is that we should be able to know most of the big factions, although it hasn't really changed the map all that much, has it? Oh well.
I have seen your heart.
Alright, so what we got over here? Averheim is getting corrupted, Grinstad is being corrupted.
My path is clear.
What we got up here? Isabella, you've been busy, I see. And what do we have here? Manfred von... Oh wow, Manfred, you've
I'll take Sigmar's throne.
I didn't realize that you've decided to come with your own dragon now. You picked up your Sword of Unholy Power, okay. Picked up the Armor Templehof. Yeah, you've picked up a zombie dragon. I didn't realize that.
My right is mine.
This could make things interesting.
King Lewin.
I'll tell you what, we're gonna march all the way up behind your butt, and we're gonna see about going after you. We're gonna be fighting the vampire count, so why not face him in the next turn? We'll try and help things out a little bit. Jason, you're gonna come down and you're gonna assault some of his units. I mean, I like the fact he's only got a 46% chance, despite the fact that he's pretty much a legend in his own right. We can't improve his ability to do that any more than it actually is. Alright, we'll give you a point now here in Devastating Charge. And let's give you... continue to give you Scarred Veteran. Okay, settlement upgrade is available. We could upgrade Tabaro. I feel a little bit tempted to do that, but how many more turns do we have until we can do Corion? Because this is my big priority now. 2 turns. We could afford it for this turn, but then I want to make sure that we have the money in 2 turns in order to do it. So yeah, we'll pop down here. We're going to upgrade Tabaro. There we go. 2 turns of Rages should be able to cover it. But what we'll do to help out is if we head back to Langil, we're going to swap this over. Is it worth me swapping it over though? We need another... Knock it down by 15. No, it won't make really any difference. So, yeah. We'll go for Whelm of Chivalry. Might as well go for that now. Right. Fogger Naxatas. That's an interesting name. You're currently heading over down to Gorsel. Okay. Fey Enchantress, you're continuing to replenish. But now that we're actually making a bit of money, I'm tempted to start a 3rd army. Because we do have those 2 legendary lords still. We've got the one for... Oh god, what are the 2 we got? It's been so long since I looked at them. Oh no, we got, what's his name, who's the one from Lyonesse. Because if you remember, that faction got eliminated by Mucilon. And so because of that, then he came to us, basically hoping to join us. And we've got the guy for Artois as well. So we could use a legendary lord with one of them too. But I was actually thinking about it recently, looking back at my times with the tabletop. And when I used to create armies, and I remember I used to enjoy creating characters a lot more than I did using the named ones. I don't know, while it was great to read about the backstory of, for example, Karl Franz, right, as well as the other, heroes and lords, the legendary characters from the tabletop. It was also quite interesting. I used to enjoy coming up with my own characters and then have their own backstory, their own weapons. And they were all going to be legit characters in terms of, for example, I used to be a real big fan in particular of having Averland as my Empire province. And I decided not to go with Marius Leitdorf, the Mad Count, but instead, because by this point, if I remember my history correctly, Marius got killed in battle against the orcs down in the Blackfire Pass. And so what I had was that my Elector Count was his nephew, who wasn't mad, but he had to deal with sort of like the fallout of basically establishing the Empire, his province once more. And so he had his own backstory. His basically just had these rules, the characteristics of a typical count, and he had certain weapons in that, but I just renamed the weapons. So you had certain ones like he had a magic sword, but instead of being, I don't know, the biting blade, and that description, it was another name. And it might say, it causes armor to rust when in its presence. and as a result then it just meant that you still got the -1 armor save, but for a different reason. Now the pirate fleets of Sartosa travel far and wide looking for bounty, so we're now losing some money from our trade. It's only 3 turns, that's fine. We'll leave it for now. Alright, looks like everyone's heading towards Gorsel to try and capture it. If the orcs get it, then I'll go after them myself, I think, but we'll keep it as it is for the moment. Okay, one more turn for Korean. I'm really looking forward to get that up to level 5. Absolutely looking forward to it. Right, let's start some fighting, I think. We need some fighting in today's episode. Now, Manfred, where did you go? Oh, Manfred, I wanted to fight you. Can we find him on the diplomacy map? This was a cheeky thing you used to be able to do in Attila when you wanted to try and find where Attila actually was when you wanted to fight him. So, Van Cast Irons, Vampire... Oh, wow. Okay, that can't be quite right, because he was down next to me a minute ago, and now he's all the way up here. Apparently. But there's the second most powerful faction in the game. Christ. Well, that's going to make things interesting.
King of Bretonnia.
Maybe he wasn't happy with the fact we attacked his army unless he went around this way. Who knows? I'll tell you what. Jason, you can head down here a moment. Just see if we can spot him. Nah, it's okay. Alright, let's switch over now to normal stance. You're gonna start heading over towards here. We're gonna take attrition along the way. No, we're just gonna make them unhappy. That's fine. Declare war. We're gonna bring in my allies, sure. Off we go. Karakern, you seem to get the same idea as myself.
No.
Oh, there's Manfred. Wow, I mean, I could defeat his army quite easily, I think. The only thing I would have to worry about is the fact that his skeleton spearmen may do a number against my knights. Okay, you're gonna head over towards Einhardt, ready to deal with Rend. You're only level 2, it's nothing for me to worry about. Let me have a quick look. Great Lords. Yeah, we could go for Chilfoy d'Artois or Adahar de Lyonesse. Or we've got a bunch of other lords and prophetesses we can use. May even take the opportunity to try out the custom lords. Because like I was saying, I really do like making my own characters and giving them their not even unique traits or anything that was, you know, outside of the rules. They were just basically heroes with a bit of backstory and their weapons were different. You know, so where they were twisted, the rules was changed a little bit to represent it. Like I mentioned about one of my paladins I used to I had in my Bretonnian army, I remember putting together, had the virtue of the ideal, which in the game terms increased the number of your stats, but it made it so your local troops within like 12 inches, 18 inches had a leadership penalty. And I had it that was a curse upon him. That nevertheless the Duke was willing to let him fight in the army. But it meant he fought by himself for the most part because no one, it just put people at unease and fought around him. And so, it's taken something that was already in the game and just gave a unique twist on it while not changing any of the game rules. So I don't know, there's something to be said about that. But then in this campaign, like with these Warhammer games, having legendary lords I find just so much cooler, like because of their stats and the gifts and their traits and skills you can give them. Some of the things you can do really make them unique. And it just makes me kind of want to use them more often than using custom characters. But then it can vary. I mean, I remember one of my narrative Let's Play ideas a while back was to do a Chaos-themed one on the Mortal Empires map, but to have it so each horde represented maybe a different follower of a god. So you might have had a Slaanesh horde led by a general with the mark of Slaanesh, or the one from Nurgle, Zeech. And that I believe someone actually asked if I could make their character the one for Zeech, which was a slightly thing because I wanted to have Zeech.
Come forward.
You want me to join the war against the Dread Fleet? Nah. We're in a nothing as it is. No, hang on. No, it just occurred to me. When we had that thing come up, because if you remember, what was it? The Black Venom tribe? Ooh, what do you want? Trade agreements. Okay, sure. You want to pay a little bit of money for it? Are you willing to pay a little bit more? No? It's okay, we'll take that. But no, the vampire counts were allied, I believe, with the Blood Venom, or whatever they were called. But when they got wiped out, they must not have accepted to decide with them in the war. Interesting. Because, yeah, we're not currently at war with the vampire accounts, even though, you know, I thought we were. Huh. What we got here? Power Vons coming in. Wow. It seems like because Bretonnia hasn't actually got much to do in their own territories, like they're all coming out here to try and help out. Especially since now we've declared war on them. Rend Dribblechin. Let's go after you. Oh wow. I'm again a little disappointed. I don't even have any giant spiders for me to worry about. I mean, obviously they've got these guys, but could have actually done a lot better if we fought that myself. I mean, apparently this one unit of goblin archers killed 147 of my troops. That don't sound likely. Oh, I picked up the shield of Italis. Okay, Crusader. We've now got extra movement range and attrition. Ooh, that's gonna be useful. Killed a bunch of enemies. Okay, let's level you guys up then. Alright, Milady, what we're going to give you? Beacon of Devotion? That would make things quite interesting for getting there. The Grail Knights, we can't give you any more knights at the moment. That's the problem. Magic Resistance, Blessed Water, Gifted Beginnings. Oh my god. Wow, if I gave her this and combine this and put her in a province like Koyon, put that with her Chalice of Potions in her, we can get damsels coming off the table at level like 10 to 13. Jesus. That sounds good, in fact. Oof. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's increase that one by one more. And let's give you... We've got Earthblood already. Let's give you Master of Nature. Yeah, that'll do. Merivek, we're going to give you 2 points. Let's give you some extra armor and we'll give you Deadly Blade. And then we need to find a way for you guys to replenish a bit after that. Could have you going after Gorsel? We might just... No, we'll pull you back towards Marienburg.
My journey continues.
Can we get you actually into the settlement to make it a bit more faster?
I will come to your aid.
I can now. We're not going to stick around for 4 turns with them. We will continue to push forward, I think. But for the moment, we'll let her just get a turn or 2 in. Deline, right. Isabel's right here. Gwenstad's right here.
Making my way.
I'll tell you what, stick around in Overhaul for the moment.
You seek the lady's
Angeline, what can we give you? We're going to give you all of this. And we worked up on this side. Let's go for... Nah, yeah, let's go for Dwellers Below. This way then we can actually get Winds of Magic reduction cost for it, as well as being able to cast a bit better. So we'll do that. Right. Oh, I really want to fight someone today. Oh, screw it. You know what? We're going to make the video a little bit longer, and we're going to declare war on Manfred. Screw it. We're going to have to do it at some point, aren't we? Come on then. Let's do this.
I shall prevail.
Oh god, really? Why is no one able to fight me at a level, a good You know what? I just want to fight him on a dragon. Let's do it. Why not? Basically, I just want to have that visual image of Leon Kerr fighting Manfred on a zombie dragon, having the King of Bretonnia fighting the Count of Sylvania. I just want to have that image. We can wipe out the army easily enough, trust me on that. But I want to have that one small thing to my favor. So we're gonna find it out. So I'll tell you what. I'll see you guys on the map when it's loaded up. Okay then, guys. Here we are on the battlefield. Now I don't expect this battle to really last that long, if I'm completely honest. But we just lost all our magic. Oh well. So at least we've got 138 in reserve, eh? But yeah, I just really want to have that sort of fight between us and Manfred straight off the bat. I don't know how well it's just going to go, especially since I think his stats are slightly... Are they slightly better than mine? No, in fact... Yeah, Leonka's going to win this. Oh, that's a shame. But I just want to watch them fight, basically. That's all I'm really doing this for. Well, what we're going to do, we're going to take advantage of the hill. We'll take advantage of the hill, right? No, we'll take it over here. That's woods and for them to hide in. So, Manfred, you're going to pick up here. You guys are going to form up right here. Basic battle line, basically. You guys are going to spread out a little bit, so that way then we can defend against the more infantry units that they've got. Stick you guys there for now. You guys can come here for now. Okay, archers, we'll spread you out a little bit more, I guess. Like so. My damsel, you're going to pop here. I'm trying to remember, did I give you... Yeah, you've got your unicorn. Okay, you guys are going to come up over to... I'll tell you what, you guys just side up over here for now. Right, and all my knights, every single one of them. So many. You're all going to get into formation and you're going to come up over here. I think that would do quite nicely. So, start the battle. Let's have you go on a one-man trip straight towards Manfred. And I'll tell you what, use Foe Seeker for extra speed. You guys are going to come over here and attack these Felbats. We should be able to eliminate them quite quickly. Yeah, it looks like you got a few units heading towards my knights. I'll tell you what, we're going to pull you guys over to this side of the map instead. Oh, you want to try and cast some magic on me? That's cute. Yeah? Oh, you've healed up as well. That's handy for you. I'll tell you what, we're going to just use all our different abilities. And... that's it, chase after him, finish him off. Don't let him get away, Leonka. Right, how are you guys doing over here? Going after those bats? Good news. Oh, you're coming in to help. That's fine. The thing is, even with the bats, Leonka is not going to lose. We're bringing in the Pegasus Knights, but all they're going to do is they're going to get rid of the bats. As you can see, they're doing that very effectively. He's going to go after and finish off Manfred. That's those dealt with. Okay. You guys, what can we have you go after? We got zombies coming out the ground right below us here. Skeleton Spearmen. We're not going to have them go after Skeleton Spearmen. That's just stupid. Go after this unit of zombies. Okay, you guys can come after them. Alright, I'll tell you what, let's have you guys pull forward a little bit. No, not you, because you're fighting at the moment. You guys, just have you pull forward slightly like that. And then, this unit, you need to slide over more this way. Okay, Leonka, how you doing over here? You need to give yourself some more boosts. Well, Bequist looks a bit bloodied, but I don't know if it's the blood of the zombie dragon, which can't be smelling that nice, if you be honest. Or it's his own blood, but so far they seem to be going at it quite badly. Let's have a look. Yeah, he's about it's not long left before he dies. Okay, let's zoom back over here a minute, because now we've got these guys to deal with. Okay, stop. Fire Will. We want you to start taking on some of these units. Oh, here comes their Vargolf. Isn't that sweet? I'd almost be a little bit scared if I was anyone else. Okay, you guys are going to come over here. You guys are going to charge towards this unit. You guys can come after here. You guys come over this way. You go after this one. And you after the Crit Ghouls. Okay, you, my dear, we're going to use the Dweller's Blow. Let's put you right on top of this unit here. Skeleton Spearman, yes, drop you right here. Alright, Questing Knights, we're going to pull you over to this side. And what do we have here? Skeleton Spearman. Okay, Knights of the Realm, you're going to come over this way too. Okay, you guys are going to fight them instead, that's fine. Leonka, did you kill Manfred yet? You nearly have. Let's give yourself that bit of an extra bonus. Victory is within our grasp, apparently. Okay, that's the zombies dealt with. Okay, we've got all these zombies just sort of sitting around, not really doing much. Crit Ghouls, let's have you guys go over here and deal with them. You can come over here and go after this unit of skeleton warriors. Alright, so what do we have going on over here? Grail Knights, you can take the risk and charge into them. You can charge there. You're going to charge into these. You're going to charge over this way. You're going to charge over this way. You're going to charge over this way. You're going to heal up this group in the center with that. You're going to finish off Manfred. Come on, finish him off. You can do it. You can do it, Leonka. Come on. There we go. He's wounded. Okay, you're going to come over here now and start helping out against all of these. Okay, you're going to heal up some of my troops again. We'll again put you in this section here. I'm just going to watch everyone start disintegrating at this point, if I'm honest. Yeah, you guys dealt with them. You're going to come over here now and deal with them and deal with them. Okay, everyone is either fighting, shooting, or defending. Okay, let's use Arcane Conduit. Tell you what, try out your scroll here for Anipar's Black Horror. Haven't had a chance to use this yet. Okay, let's pull you guys back so you're not going to get hit by that spell. And we just watched as they really just melted in numbers because of that. I mean, how much? You've killed 256! Oh, Jesus. Okay, I think it's time now to fast forward this, as we've now come to the end of the battle. Good job, guys. Very good job. And decisive victory. I mean, to be honest, I was expecting that. I mean, I took a few casualties. I mean, to be honest, we were outnumbered infantry-wise, so my men were going to take a few hits. But I just wanted to have that fight between Leonka and Manfred, and we were able to defeat him. So, with that now dealt with, that's actually probably a large portion of their army strength gone because of that. But I can't believe that Angeline here. I don't know if it was just from that spell, because we did cast whatchamacallit, the Dweller's Belief, in order to attack that unit of skeletons. But 236 kills. And I think that is actually mainly from that one spell scroll. Now, it's been a long time since I actually used any scrolls like that, so I don't know. Does she get to use that once a battle? Or is it now like we've used it, it's gone now, so she's going to have to have another item instead? I can't remember. Because, I mean, the Fey Enchantress had that scroll of shielded, and we can use that one time every battle. So I don't see why we can't do that with that scroll for Anipar's Black, Dark Horror. But still, 236. They're definitely using that in more battles, I'll tell you. Make a decisive victory. We could make a bit more gold, but we're not. We're just going to execute the captives. We now take even less. Wow. Basically now, Leon Kerr does not take any attrition from fighting in vampiric territory. Because we've got the minus 50%, the 225s, I mean, from the research we did for the Vampire Coast and the Vampire Counts. And now he's defeated Manfred, which gives me this. So Leon Kerr's army can quite happily march around in vampire territory as if it's just a nice day out. Oh, I love it. Now, since we're here, we might as well go after Wissenberg. Ooh, it's actually going to be a bit of a toughie battle. So we have to actually do some things here. Interested. I'll tell you what, we'll build some siege equipment while we're here. Yeah, sure, we'll go for that. Not that Lightning Strike is going to do me any favours, but we'll keep it for now. We'll wait a turn. Okay, Leoness is able to be upgraded, but we're not going to do it, so I'm going to save the money for... Oh, for Leon. Fantastic. So that's going to take 6 turns, but when that's done, holy mother. Alright, anywhere else can we spend our money on while we're here? Marienburg, Stalia, let's sort out Stalia a little bit. So, that's going up. Still, we'll give you... Tell you what, what's your thing at the moment? Untainted and Control. Let's switch over to Realm of Chivalry so we can get a bit cheaper units. Buildings going. But Bali, what can we give you? Well, there's not really that much we can do. I'll tell you what, since you got a vineyard, let's give you something that can actually spend it. So technically a tap room could do the job. There we go. Faye Enchantress, where have you disappeared off to now, my dear?
Who wishes the grail?
You're back over here, that's fine. These guys will be replenished by next turn, and we'll be able to push on from there then. Storehouse. Yeah, let's give you a storehouse for now. Alright. So, assuming nothing bad happens doing this, we're going to pretty much end the episode after this end turn phase. So what we're going to do next? Well, I still like the idea of Leon Kerr going out to help the Empire. So I think I'm going to have him focusing on that. But if there's any other sort of side campaign ideas you'd like to see me do, like I'm quite happy whether it involves sailing over to attack Nagorond, or go down to Araby and fight the Tomb Kings, or go over to Lustria, you know, Norska. You let me know what you would like to see, and whatever your best one the most people seem to like, I will probably do that. And we will not forget about Chaos. We've got the potential for money-wise to start building up another army at some point. So that's definitely going to be on the cards too. And yeah, that's going to be quite an interesting thing. I mean, I did extend this episode a bit longer than I wanted, but I think it was worth it just to get that fight in. I wanted to defeat Manfred. I mean, I have to personally I prefer Vlad to Manfred. I was always more of a Vlad fan, you know? Don't know, he just seemed more human, despite the fact that he's actually one of the first of the von Carstein bloodline.
What brings you down from your mountain, Dowie?
You want a military alliance? We're not going to give you one. I don't want again drawing us into battles just because they're declaring war. I suppose in a way I would prefer defensive alliances for the most part, just because at least that way then it's good. Oh, Angeline, you've been wounded. Oh no. You cheeky sod. Shady Face Smasher. What the... He's a level 2 character. And he managed to take out Angeline, who's level 12. How the hell did he manage to pull that off? Oh, you sods. Right, well, that's going to be slightly problematic because now I can't rely on her magic until she's healed. Great, but at least she didn't die. That's one thing. Anyway, we're now coming to the end of the end turn phase, and so as a result, we're coming down to the end of the episode. So, I hope you enjoyed today's one. Thank you very much for watching as always, and I hope you join me next time for more Bretonnia gameplay. But until then, take care, and goodbye for now.